Hello, good morning. I'm back, I'm here, I'm going to update you. It has been quite a bit since I've updated you guys, so I'm gonna try and make this quick, but it's 7 weeks worth of update, as well as, yeah, I'm just gonna be a little bit more emotionally vulnerable. Not that I'm not always, but I haven't in the past felt like I've had to share like every intimate emotional thing that's going on in my heart or my mind. But in this case, I feel like at least somebody out there might be able to benefit from this if they even watch my videos. Um, yeah, so for those of you that have been following any of this, you know that I was super stoked for this Worldview Quarter with Rev and Ref, and so ready to just like get my learning on, but it caught me by surprise. So this quarter has actually been a lot more intense schedule-wise as well as homework-wise, and there's a lot more requirements in the homework of like what we're writing, and there's more words that we have to be writing, and some of the questions are kind of vague, and that makes it harder for me to actually like process. And so I just started to get really overwhelmed even in the first like week or two, and I would go to do my homework and I just started to like get freaked out, and like there was obviously some procrastination, and I was like, oh, crap, I'm procrastinating again, I gotta fix that. And then I started to realize that like what I was actually feeling was anxiety, and I haven't had anything like that since high school, like before I met Jesus. So I was like, okay, what's going on? And so I started to process through it, and I was like, okay, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling it? What can I do about it? And trying to like jump into problem solving mode. And yeah, and so as I was like going through this, I was like, okay, is it my diet? Is it sleep? Is it time management? And so I started making those adjustments, and I was still feeling this anxiety, and it was almost debilitating in some moments. I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of my head, and it was really hard. And there were some moments where actually I started to just like give up hope that I could ever actually do homework, and I was getting so mad at myself. And as I started to like process through it more, and just praying through it more, God started to speak about, especially we have like different weeks of the different 7 spheres of society, and on education week he was like, hey, you have an educational wound. And I was like, what does that even mean? But essentially, experiences during your educational upbringing, so like when you're in school, can affect you later in life. And usually it's things with teachers or people who like struggle in school in general. So I was like, okay, what? Especially because for those of you who even knew me back then, I did really well in school. I got like mostly straight A's. However, what was being understood as I was processing through this is that it was out of a place of performance, and I was trying to please people, and I was trying to get my worth from what I could do. And as I started going deeper into all of this over the past couple weeks, and as we've been reading this book called Love Thy Body, yeah, I've just been thinking a lot about all of that. And in Love Thy Body, there's a chapter about euthanasia and assisted suicide, and she mentions a friend who works for the suicide hotline. And this friend, most of the calls that she receives are about people who feel that they no longer have their worth because they've lost some kind of ability. And God really started to speak into that and helping me understand that the way that we're almost like brought up in the West, and specifically in America, is that like you go to school so that you can get a job, so that you can take care of your family and become a valuable member of society. And so your value is placed not in the fact that you're a person and the fact that like you probably have some skill to offer in several areas, but it's what specifically can you do. And if you don't have something like that, you start to panic. And so, yeah, I didn't realize that was still kind of like in my thinking, especially since I've come to know God, and even just like started my process of, yeah, becoming new or whatever. I hadn't realized that was still in there. And so it's been a process over the past couple weeks to try and break perfectionism, which can be good because I can produce better work. However, I've been trying to shift my mindset of, instead of doing it to be good and get my value from the things, of wanting to do this work because it's honoring to people and it's honoring to God, and specifically because this is something that's going to help me in the future. And like, I've recognized that this is a tool and stuff like that, but when you're not good at it, it's so easy to give up. And so it's been such a struggle with the homework specifically, but I know that this is gonna like come in handy in the future. And so yeah, that's just kind of been my wrestle. That's why I haven't updated you guys in a while, but I'm making progress. I was able to get my homework done this weekend. It wasn't 100% turned in on time, but there was no anxiety. Yeah, and I'm on this journey. So if you guys could be praying for me for that, that would be incredible. I would love to talk more about it, even though I've just spent 6 minutes talking about it. But yeah, so if any of you want to talk, that'd be cool. On top of that, I am still trying to fundraise, and so with all of this going on, hold on, there's a loud car. With all of this going on, obviously I haven't put out any video updates. I have been praying about different strategy for fundraising and stuff like that, and I'm gonna try and figure out a way into my schedule to start baking cookies again and maybe selling them here on campus. However, I don't know what's gonna happen, so I just wanted to reach out once again to you guys. I am pretty dependent on you right now, actually, for finances and stuff like that, and so I ask that you might consider even just donating like $10, $5, really anything helps. And it's a great blessing to me. God's already starting to speak more into even what I can do with film stuff, and my final project actually might be something surrounding sci-fi, which is kind of fun for this school. But that wouldn't be till next quarter, and I still need actually $3,000. And so the official date in for that money is going to be March 23rd. Obviously there's grace, but I am going to try and get all the finances in by March 23rd. So I'm going to leave a link below, or maybe it'll be in my bio if you're on Instagram, of just where you can donate. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for constantly blessing me, both in prayer and encouragement, but also financially, and yeah, just really being amazing. Hopefully I'll be able to update you guys a little bit more often, and maybe even talk a little bit more about what we've been learning in the school with the different weeks. We've already gone through education, family, economics, and now we're moving into government, and then obviously we're touching on like sciences and stuff, and it has been a journey, but it has been good. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. Wow.